When Julie and I were back in my hometown of Montague, Michigan for the 4th of July, a couple of family reunions, I had conversations with two people, and I'm making a video about each of the conversations. The first was with a woman who told me she's read my autobiography. She was telling me about a conversation with another woman I know, have known since I lived in Montague, and that woman referenced Julie as everything she put up with me when I went through transitioning and lived as a transgender woman, and I stopped the woman speaking to me. I said, Julie didn't put up with anything. Julie and I went through everything together. We were side by side through every last thing. And in fact, oftentimes Julie was leading the way because I was in such terrible shape that I couldn't think straight. We went on to speaking about a range of stuff regarding transgender. And again, she read my autobiography. And I got to talking about, she kept saying that, I just believe, and this woman is a Christian, I just believe that God made males and females. And I went on to explain, yes, he did. But we have all these problems in us, and they continue to get worse and worse as the generations go on. And I went on to explain two specific, provable situations, one in females and one in males, to demonstrate that you can be born male or female, but not strictly be male or female. One is Swyer syndrome, in which women, they have breasts, they look like women, they have vaginas, feel like they are females. And yet, when they don't begin menstruating, and then they're checked out, and if a chromosome test is done, and they're found to have XY chromosomes. Females are supposed to have XX chromosomes, yet they have XY chromosomes. So internally, they don't have the female sex organs to be able to menstruate. They can never have kids, and so forth. So they're males chromosome-wise. And all these people who want to make sure that you have to use the bathroom that matches your chromosomes, they would be forced to use a guy's bathroom. But they clearly are females. They experience themselves as female. They look like them. They live that way. So that's just one situation. The other is males who have XXY chromosomes. It's forgive me, I forget the name of it. XXY. So males are supposed to have XY chromosomes, yet they're XXY. So I said to the woman, because they have two X chromosomes, aren't they just as much female as they are male? Well, the woman didn't have an answer for me. She said, well, I just feel that, and I cut her off. I said, it's not a matter of what you feel. It's not an opinion question for us. This is scientific. These are females that have male chromosomes, and males they have the chromosomes of both a male and a female. They're scientifically provable situations where people are not born strictly male or female. And I said, and there's loads of them, of the chromosomes, of the hormones. And then the woman said, well, I just feel, and I said, no. And 3 times I had to get her off the I just feel. So back to Julie, everything she put up with me. I'm going to read just a small portion of the foreword she wrote. So she wrote the foreword to my autobiography, and she did a marvelous job. She's a marvelous writer in thinking things through. So here's just a bit. She wrote, how a couple handles a big situation has more to do with how they handled all the little things in all the previous years. Since our wedding on December 30th, 2001, I had learned a lot from Greg Eilers about respect, unconditional love, and kindness. We'd built a pretty deep store of those golden rule treasures, so it was only natural that we draw upon it when Greg's gender dysphoria upended our lives. I couldn't declare I didn't sign up for this, because this, facing hurdles with my life partner, was exactly what I did sign up to do. I couldn't turn my back on the person I loved because I knew he, without hesitation, would face any deluge of difficulties I threw his way. I couldn't run the other direction because I asked, what would I do if my spouse were in my shoes? I couldn't shout, this is not fair, because life isn't about fairness. It's about being our best for others. And then her last major paragraph, comfort zones are tough to give up. When faced with an unfamiliar situation, particularly one vastly different than we are accustomed to, our tendency is to recoil, to get back to the easy. Something new might pique our curiosity, but we're careful about getting too close, cautious about letting ourselves be vulnerable. Yet, there are some really valuable benefits outside our bubbles: enrichment, love, growth, understanding, compassion, selflessness, humanity. Julie didn't put up with anything. Oh, she certainly put up with a lot, because I was in sad shape so often. But keep that phrase in the sense of what any spouse or loved one goes through when their loved one is struggling with any illness, any malady, any extreme situation in their life. So in that sense, okay, she put up with it. But she didn't put up with me as if I pulled some dirty trick on her or whatever. And now we've come out the back end of it. We're in the 6th year of coming out the back end of it. And we're crazy each other. And those golden rule treasures that we've stored up, our treasure trove is deeper than ever, because we went through it together, side by side. You can see my daughter's painting of the cross back there. We went through it with Christ as our center and with love for each other always. Man, it's so hard to be misunderstood, for people to have misconceptions about things and then not ask you or tell you, but just talk about you. And I have one more. I'm going to make a separate video because I'm at the 8-minute mark. That's plenty for this one. Thanks for watching.